What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to our story. Man, Kyle.
Yeah, so our story began 2008 Memorial Day weekend.
It's crazy.
At a place called Lucky Lounge.
Lucky Lounge.
In Atlanta, Georgia, about 1 a.m.
I took her phone. I put my number in it.
You sure did.
And I was mesmerized by her beautiful smile and her blue eyes. You know, little did she know, I was living two lives. She didn't know what I was going through because, you know, although I had this beautiful thing in front of me, I had this broken thing on the inside of me. I felt the walls was closing in on me at that time because what Kai didn't know, I was selling drugs for probably about 5 years. And, you know, I was fairly good at it. All the things that she was seeing was coming from this lifestyle that I was living that she was unaware of. I was leaving Lenox Mall and a friend of mine, I told him I had to go to Arizona. And he told me, he's like, hey, don't go, you know. And of course, not listening, you know, to the voices around you. I didn't listen. Caught a flight to Arizona the next day and never returned, you know. I was doing a deal out in Arizona and, you know, it was a drug deal and little did I know I was under investigation from the federal government. You know, the feds was, you know, I ended up with an indictment. And I ended up serving 5 years in prison. And I remember the letter came under the door and it said Mayo Sowell versus United States of America. And then when you rewind the tape, you just like, graduated from Auburn, played football, NFL. Now it's Mayo Sowell versus United States of America. I felt all alone.
You know, I didn't end up selling drugs, but for me, when I went to Atlanta, it was all about like, I'm going there to start my career. I'm gonna be Miss Independent, climb the corporate ladder, all of that. So I did. I moved with my girlfriend, the same one that I met Mayo with that night at Lucky Lounge, and landed my first job at an advertising agency, and I'm living my life. But the thing is, I am on the night scene, enjoying myself, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, every single day of the week. I'm out exploring the city. It catches up with you, or at least it caught up with me. Yeah. Ended up losing my job. My job had layoffs, and when I lost that, it's like I lost a huge part of my identity. So it's like I began to crack.
In that 5th year of prison, I ended up meeting Jesus. And this white guy named Howard, he had blue eyes. You know Howard, he's a great friend of ours. You know, he told me that, you know, God would call me to go help others experience and live that same life. And praise God for Howard, man. And that's crazy. I was having an experience inside of prison.
Yes, and so, you know, your testimony is radical. Like I witnessed this man literally be radically saved overnight, it seemed. And I vividly remember me riding down Roswell Road, tears down my face, like just boo-hooing because I'm like, this can't be life. And I just cried out to God and I'm just like, God, help. You know, I didn't have much more to say other than help me. I don't even know who I am anymore. So I Googled some churches in the area and I was looking for the latest service possible because I was like, okay, if it's a late service, then my hangover would wear off. Like that's literally the filters I was using. Long story short, I ended up giving my life to Jesus. Right around the time that I'm pursuing Jesus is right around the time that Howard had talked to Mayo about and said like, hey, there's a calling on your life. So now when Mayo and I are talking, we're talking about Jesus. So now I'm visiting him in prison loyally, faithfully, every single week, and we're having Bible study in prison.
You know, on outside of prison and exit back into society. I didn't have any job, I didn't have clothes, I didn't have anything.
Nothing.
So I told Kai, you know, hey, when I get out of prison, would you marry me and would you move to Birmingham, Alabama? And at that time, we didn't have a church to go to, and we knew that we needed to be involved in the life-giving local church. I could only go to church within a 5-mile radius on Sunday within the time period of 1 hour and 30 minutes. And the only church within a 5-mile radius, because of my ankle monitor, I was on house arrest, was Church of the Highlands. That's what Kai Googled. You know, later on, we went up going into ministry school, which is Highlands College.
Yes.
I came on staff, she came on staff, and Pastor Chris just developed us personally, you know, as a young couple, myself as a pastor. Like everything was like, check the box. It was dream job. Dream job.
We were at our prime.
Dream job.
Yes.
Until God said, the life that you're living is people in this land that deserve to live also. And we knew that was a call.
Yeah.
We knew that was a call.
We couldn't get Atlanta off our minds.
You couldn't sleep,
you
know? And that's what Pastor Chris said. He said, that's the evidence of a call.
Yeah.
That's the evidence of a call. When you cannot sleep and you start to see faces.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're called to Atlanta, to see a church from Atlanta, for Atlanta, called LIIV Atlanta. And that's what we're inviting you into. A church that loves people despite their deficits. A church that shows integrity because people trust us. That uses all of our influence to help others up and push others forward and experience the victory of Jesus Christ. That's the city that we can be a part of. A city that's living, a city that our kids want to grow up in, a city that corporations want to continue to come to, a city that the murder and homicide rate is zero, a city that kids learn how to read, a city that's educated, a city that wins championships after championships after championships. That's LIIV Atlanta. Let's do it together. And we can't do it without you. See you soon.